In this demonstration, we are going to delete a record from a database. So far, we've been able to create an application that is able to read from a database. It can edit a database, and it can add records to a database. So we can validate that that's been done. Next, we want to be able to delete a record. So within our form, we had a delete button. And in here, I think the very first thing we want to do is we want to verify that the user actually wants to delete the record. So here, if list customers dot selected index is greater than -1, we'll first do that. Or actually, maybe we should first start off with verify record was selected. So if it equals -1, we'll throw a message box at the user. We'll do that. Otherwise, we know something was selected. And we're going to verify that the user wants to delete it because, well, deletions are pretty hard to deal with. Once you delete it, it's gone. So here, if let's see here. We're going to create a dialog result, just call it res, equals messagebox.show. Its owner is this form. Are you sure you want to delete? And we can even display what they have. List customers.selected item to string. Next caption, just make delete for the caption of the box. We'll say message box buttons dot, and they'll give them the yes or no option. And we can even do an icon of a question. So we can take much greater control over that message box. So here, its owner is this form. There's what will appear. So are you sure you want to delete? And then whatever the customer name was, the caption or the title of that message box will be delete. It'll have yes and no buttons, and it'll ask a question. Here, if result equals dialog result dot yes, then delete record. Otherwise, we'll do nothing because, well, they didn't want to delete it. Now, to do the deletion, we have to go into our class data and create a new method. So in our class data, I'm going to create a public void delete record, and I want passed to this string SQL statement. In here, we need to make a connection to our database, which we've done this before, and open the database, which we've done that before. So we just copy and paste those items. Next, we're going to create a command. And what a command does is it allows us to do just a simple delete something from the table. And that's what we're going to pass through this SQL statement. So it'll be delete star from TBL customers or contacts, and then where the ID equals whatever we want. So here we'll say OLEDB command, we just call it command, equals new OLEDB command, and we'll pass to it our SQL statement that we pass to this method, and we tell it which connection. And that's already in our, we created that right here. So that did our delete command. Next, we execute the command. So we say command.execute non-query. And what that means is that it's not going to return us back any records. And then we just simply close the connection like what we've done before. So there we go. And this will be reusable as well. This, if I mentioned before with the update data, that we could have just done, I'm sorry, the add record. So create customer. We could have just passed an insert statement. That would just be an alteration of this, because the SQL statement would be insert, and we would pass that through. So now we can go to our customers, the delete record. So we can say class data. I guess we'll document this. Create instance of data class. So class data. We'll call it delete data equals new class data. We'll delete our record based on SQL. So delete data dot delete record, and it's going to demand an SQL statement, which is delete star from TBL contacts where ID equals, and we have that information that would be in a list that we created. So int customer ID. Position is based on list customers dot selected index. That's it. Once that's done, refresh list box. So here, load customers. And we save it. And we run it. We'll click on Jill, delete. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. Click on Tim, delete. Are you sure you want to delete? No. And it does nothing. So we can update Tim. We can add Charlie Brown. And then we can edit. We can verify the edit went through. And we can delete Chuck. And that right there concludes how to delete data from a database.